Ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash.
From the host of Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm giving it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. They act like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. Show them skills. Yeah, how about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? Rep for your bro, for your post, department, your projects. Pain driven, engine drumming. Look how far we coming. Heartbeat for the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend, sweet. This sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Here first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. Show them skills, yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field, saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill, gon' jump off the line and see the fly the field, rewrite your history off this line right here, your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead, trying, this ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead, snooze I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or up bed, do what you can to do, make your next move your best, I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel, I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Here first off the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills.
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Like 20.
On first down, gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. Gets this up across the 20 to the 21 or 22. Did show some power on that run, breaking the tackle. The Pro Bowl corner, Jason Verrett, on the tackle. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
2 for 1. 2 for 1.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Now we see a man who got a workout in last year's Super Bowl, Johnny Hecker, on to punt for the Rams. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. It's caught inside the 25. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one, 53 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, 80! 11. Black! Alert 3, alert 3. Alert. Hey, echo.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. 56.
Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. Goff. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeForest Buckner, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Let's take it inside his own 40. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. An update from Denver. The Broncos have taken the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Here we go. Like 20. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Focus, defense, focus. Set hunt. Set hunt.
On 1st down, here's Breida. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gould with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Right there, 56.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
21. Mike's 59.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 26, check 26.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Shoves him aside. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. A big run there by Gurley. 65 yards on the ground.
65 yards. First down, Los Angeles.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 17-0 our score after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Now gone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tavarius Moore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 20. Now it's Breida. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Too little, Captain.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Let me finish.
Okay.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
I don't think you got it. Hey, team 6. Team 6. Right there. 54 Mike. Watch the backer. 54.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, that play certainly took a long time, and that's why a lot of coaches in training camp, they use a whistle or a horn at about 3 seconds because they want the ball in the hands of the quarterback. They want the play to develop quickly and get the ball downfield. This one had to go over 5 seconds holding on to the football, and then he ends up getting hit, and they have an incompletion.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
And the Rams, 1st down.
Here goes tonight. Line 20. I'm here all day.
Now Goff on 1st down. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. Gurley's got the 1st down and then some. And he gets this one down to the 24.
Let's go, boys.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
1st down, Rams.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Say.
Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Another good carry there for the NFL's 2nd leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
But I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Zerline's kick is up and through. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Like 80! 21, 21. All day, every day. 13, 13.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Clay Matthews. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He wants it all for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Here we go.
They come out here in the eye. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Matt Breida with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Here we go. Like 20, 11, 11, 11, 11. Check 59, right? Go.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long.
Alert! Mike, 58, right? Hey, wahoo!
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again.
That's how we do it! That's how we
A
do
loss
it!
of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go!
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Throwing on second down. Garoppolo. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Gurley. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Goff now looking to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. D Ford, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They have the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down.
Watch twitch.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They got 8 yards out of it, but they're still left with a 4th and goal from a ways out. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Nickel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Rip left.
Garoppolo. They'll set up a screen for Breida. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this is Selleck here with the ground. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And some space here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Crunch down, defense.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56.
From the gun on third down. Gone. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Randy Gregory able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Garoppolo looks to throw. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that right there is something we've seen, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position back.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Past the 20. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Check X3. 218, chop.
This is Breida. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Nikel Roby brings him down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They run again with Breida, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 180.
All right, D, let's turn. All right, D. Check 3.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. Now a give coming right is Breida. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2.
Hey, box drop.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now it's Gurley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
The first down run with Gurley, good for only about 3. It's 2nd down now. A tackle that time by Akello Witherspoon.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. To throw is Goff. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Goff. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. 4th down trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got there.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse. How's that?
8 ounce is good.
All right, just check it.
3rd down, it's Wendell Smallwood. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go. It's Gurley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They come out here in the eye.
Right there, 56. Go. Go.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Zerline now for the PAT. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12.
Next to score, Niners 32, Rams 20.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. You ain't doing nothing today.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14.